Yo, what's going on, man? Welcome to another edition of the Players Ball Podcast, where we cover all sports far and wide. I'm your host, Roddy. Go ahead and give us a follow at the Players Ball 1 on Twitter, as well as a follow on Instagram at the Players Ball Podcast. We post a lot of content on there, so be sure to be following us daily. We're going to keep putting out the pods weekly. We did have our bye week last week because I'm going to be honest. I was trying to come in here and cope with the fact that we got to talk about a 1-3 football team. But it's okay. We got positives. We got plenty of stuff that we can venture into. And we thought to do it we thought no better to do it other than our guy, Bun. So welcome, Bun, back to the pod. My guy, how you doing?
Whoa, what's happening, man? What's going on with you?
Man, I can't even talk. I'm so flustered about this damn football team. As you can see, I mean, I've had a lot of time to think about, assess what's been going on. So hopefully you can help me with that. We're going to, get into that, get into a little bit of the division, get into a little bit of Louisiana football, not just the Saints. And yeah, we're going to get into a little marriage counseling as well. It's going to be a lot of different things we're going to get into in this episode. So y'all be sure to stay tuned. But I did want to start it with the review of the game. First of all, let me start with, what was your experience of waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning to ultimately be disappointed?
Well, I'm always up early anyway.
Okay.
Me and Sosa had a space on Sunday morning, so that's usually what time I wake up for the space.
Mm-hmm.
But this time, it's a whole different feeling when you're waking up at 7:30, 8 o'clock, I'm saying, to get ready for a game. And, I'm talking like I'm one of the players, but, like, I didn't go to sleep, I want to say, till like 4 o'clock Saturday night. Like, I went to sleep at 4 o'clock. Well, Sunday morning. I went to sleep 4 o'clock Sunday morning, and I hopped right back up, and I was like, all right, let's get it. And then we went right. Hey, man.
Just up pacing?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just that you don't want to miss anything. Like, you don't, like, 1 o'clock came in here, then 2 o'clock came. Then it was like, okay, if I go to sleep now, I'm going to miss the game. You know what I'm saying? So I went to bed at 4 o'clock, and I told somebody to call me and wake me up. So, yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, I'll be honest with you. That Saturday, I didn't get to the crib till 7 a.m. So,
Sunday morning.
Yeah, Sunday morning.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't doing nothing crazy. We was just, we went out drinking.
Yeah.
And homegirl invited me back to the crib. We just chopping it up, playing one of them little car games, whatever.
Yeah, big vibes. That's all.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I woke up mid-second quarter. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that I set 3 alarms. Them alarms didn't stand a fucking chance. All right.
Not after drinking and vibing.
No, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. Yeah. Especially vibing. Anyway,
right.
I woke up. I said, okay, the score is 7-7 right now. Okay. Not terrible. I know that probably means the offense is still looking a little lethargic, and I know that means Minnesota just fucking up and being Minnesota.
Right.
But as I continued to watch the game, I did see a lot of positives. I did see more than 21 points on the scoreboard, so that's good. I did see our defense continue to put up like a great effort in the first half. I don't think the defense has had a first half that I've had many complaints about the entire season. I know it's only been 4 games, but I think they've been good, at least in the first half. Of course, once you stay on the field for so goddamn long,
right,
you're going to, deteriorate casually. So
right.
From your opinion, just of watching the game, and I know we got Andy Dalton specifically on here, but just as, the team in general as a whole, how impressed were you? What were some, things you saw that you appreciated? And what are some things you saw that still concerned you?
I mean, I think the things that I saw that I appreciated was it looked like our quarterback knew where to go with the ball. You feel me? Like, you watch Jameis play, and this is no knock on Jameis at all. Like, I know it sounds like it's about to be one, but it's not. It's like sometimes he don't want to do too much. I mean, he wants to do too much. I'm sorry. He wants to do too much. When really the check down is right there for you. And sometimes you have to hit the check down. The check down is gonna lead to the big play that you want. So going forward, I think Andy is who should be the quarterback right now, at least until James get fully healthy. Like I saw a report earlier today that DA said that James is still our quarterback, until he's fully healthy. Well, if this offense is running, you know, like a well-oiled machine 2 or 3 weeks from now, who's to say that James gets back in?
Yeah, no, man. I think for Jameis's credit, Alvin not playing, which not only ruined my fantasy team, it ruined my mood when I woke up and I was looking on Twitter and I was like, wait, this man's not playing?
Man,
Like,
I didn't find out. I didn't find out till before kickoff. I found out like 20 minutes before kickoff. Alvin was playing. I thought Gavin was playing all week.
yeah, and he was practicing. That's why I
Right,
was
right,
like
right,
kind of confused at that. I
right.
know he has optimism to play this week, so that's great. But I was just like, man, if I was Jameis, I would be breathing a slight sigh of relief because I feel like if Alvin would have got active, or if Andy would have showed that Alvin could have hit, or that he could hit Alvin and on the check down, on screens, or whatever it was.
But
Um,
I think that's coming Sunday. I think that's coming Sunday.
you're right. You're
And
right.
we're 0-6 without Alvin. Like having Alvin there is like a big, 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 big part of the team. Real,
Yeah,
real,
man.
real
I
big part.
definitely agree. I think I, it's just really hard to quantify what he can do, with the ball in his hands. And that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's a level of uncertainty, but we could be on the 1 yard line. It could be a 99-yard touchdown easly, just that
Man,
quick.
it's just what he brings to the offense, and like you have to account for him on the field, no matter what, And when Jameis was there, teams weren't afraid of him because they knew Jameis wasn't trying to get in the ball,
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where you got to give him the ball, and let him do his thing.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. And with the injury talk that we were just shedding light on, I kind of want to go to some more injuries that we have.
Mm-hmm.
And I got three guys for you who are, weren't playing this past week. And Alvin is one of them. He's, charted to play, but still, those rib injuries. I've never personally had a rib injury, but every person that I hear talk about a rib injury, it sounds like the most excruciating pain ever
Right. Everybody out
because
there say that they can't breathe. It's
yeah,
like
like
well, not that they can't breathe, but it hurts when they breathe. So
hurts to
like,
breathe. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. And
right,
that's why I'm like, so how are you spending 8 hours awake every day? Like,
right.
how is that possible? I don't know.
Exactly.
But Alvin's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Jameis is the other. Obviously, he has,
Mm-hmm.
the back fractures. And then Mike is another one with the toe injury. So
Yeah.
of those three injuries, which one has been the most concerning for you?
It's gonna always be Alvin. We've
Mhm.
played what we're going on 2 years now without Mike. You know,
Yeah.
um, it would have been nice to have Mike last year, of course, but when Alvin's there, there's a chance.
Hmm.
And it's no diss to Mike, man. Mike just got to get healthy, man. Whatever's wrong with him, whatever you got to do, hey, take your time, come back. Plus, we got Chris Olave now. We don't have a, we don't have a replacement for Allen. So
Hmm. Yeah.
everybody that you just spoke on, we don't have a replacement for except Al. I mean, Alvin's the only person that we don't have a replacement for. Like we have Andy to replace James. We have Olave, Jarvis Landry. Those guys, Traquan Smith, Marcus Callaway. Callaway had a real good catch Sunday. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so, it's we have a replacement. I mean, of course, you can't take Mike's place, but we have somebody that can go out there and get yards for us.
Yeah, for sure. And I
Yeah,
agree wholeheartedly with, the replacement of Alvin. I think, in the immediate future, there's nothing you can like. We signed Latavius. You saw he went to Denver, obviously.
right,
And
right.
for everybody that's mad at that, I mean, it's a dude who just saw one of their starting running backs tear their ACL. Of course, he's gonna want to go somewhere else and get a bigger role. Like it's just
And not only that, Latavius might be running back one. If you keep,
mhm.
was Melvin Gordon? Melvin
He
Gordon
keep
liked.
giving
I was about to say he liked to put the football on the ground. So you
for
know,
years.
he Latavia is over there. He's back with his old coach. One of his coaches is over there, and it was just a better opportunity, man. So well wishes to him.
Yeah, I look,
Yeah,
bro. Do your thing, get your bag. I can never be mad. I could
right.
never be mad because I
No,
could understand you not fucking giving a damn about the opinions of Bun and Roddy, like when you're
right,
making a
right,
decision about your fucking life.
right.
So
And I mean,
we
and
get
he was just out the league 2 weeks ago. He was almost out the league 2 weeks ago.
Ye-
Like Nick said,
yeah,
he was nobody was checking for him, and he came out there with us, played a good game, and now you get your bag, man. It is
yeah.
what it is.
Salute, salute
Yep.
to him for
Real
sure.
talk, real talk.
But I guess for the question of the three players, I think I'm gonna personally go with Jameis. And I'm going with Jameis because of what type of injury it is.
Hmm.
The back injury always, I don't care what sport it is, it always scares me. It can be basketball, football, baseball, or whatever, just because of how special and sensitive and so how hard to recover from back injuries it is.
Yeah,
So
I mean, you need your back just for everyday life, just to
yeah,
walk.
yeah,
You
exactly.
know,
To stand up, to
yeah,
fucking sit in the chair,
yeah.
like
To do anything, you need your back. So yeah.
mhm. And it's one of those injuries I don't think and we've both played sports, so we know how like you'll injure a certain body part and you'll be like, damn, I didn't know how much even with a fucking paper cut, it's like, damn, I didn't know how much I used this part of my body. I didn't know how, you know what I'm saying?
That,
Like it
I got a
really
funny,
is like,
I got a
wow, I'm
very
really
funny story
realizing
about
like,
that paper cut, but I won't tell it on here. We'll talk about it.
look,
We'll talk about it off air. But yeah.
but you feel what I'm saying though. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
Like it's
right,
like,
right,
damn, I've low key been taking it for granted type shit. So
right, right,
it's
right.
interesting to see. So I would say Jameis for that reason. Now again, four back fracture sounds extremely scary,
It
but
does.
I hope that he can come back this season and be, I mean, a semblance of what we saw last season before he had the knee injury. Because again, 5-2 is not bad, bro. 5-2 is not bad at all.
I mean, but is the defense gonna play as well as they did? I mean, it's just 5-2. Numbers lie. You feel me?
They
Numbers can
do.
lie. Numbers can lie to you. But here's the thing, right? And this is why I just like I was talking about it in a group chat. I was just like, we what else can we do? Like we really need Jameis to be okay. No, it wasn't the group chat. Somebody on Twitter had asked, what is the dream situation for the Saints as far as the quarterback go? And I was like, do you want the dreamer? Do you want the, realistic
Yeah.
outcome? And the realistic outcome is Jameis probably gonna be our quarterback again next year.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like all this Lamar Jackson, man, the Ravens gonna franchise tag him.
Yeah.
Uh, the only thing we can pray for is just like Aaron Rodgers don't want to be there no more in Green Bay. And he's not gonna come play for DA, and that's no shot at DA. It's just that when we lost Sean Payton, that was our quarterback coach. Like if we were gonna bring a big name in, they were gonna come play for him. When
Mm-hmm.
Russ when Russ saw that, and I'm glad we didn't get Russ. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I'm just glad.
Ooh, we can
I'm
talk about
glad.
that later too. Ooh, we.
I'm glad we didn't get Russ. But it's like when we lost Sean Payton, we lost anybody coming here that's just superstar. So
Mm.
Jameis is going to be our quarterback next year. So we need to pray for the best for Jameis because we had a chance, but we had to trade that pick away. We had to trade that pick away. I hope I'm not stepping on the topic for later on, but we
Oh no.
had we had to trade that pick away to get Olave. Like
It was
you
a no
had,
brainer.
yeah, because somebody like he wasn't going to make it to 17. You know,
Yeah.
16 and 17, whichever one we had, 16, 17. He wasn't going to make it there, so we had to go there.
Yeah, and bro, look, I'm telling you right now, it's one of those moves that's going to look bad next year because if and knock on wood, the season doesn't pan out like we hope it does. That we're not gonna have a first round pick. It's gonna look terrible next year, but in
Right.
3 years, when Chris Olave is a top 5, top 3, top 2, the best receiver in football, it's not gonna look stupid.
But
So
the only thing is, we got to get somebody to throw him the ball, and we don't have nobody to throw him the ball.
you're right. This is
Like,
this is
like
facts.
is Jameis the answer long term? I don't. I can't tell you that. What I've seen so far, and this is just me being realistic, I don't think him with that coaching staff is gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
That's no knock on Da. That's no knock on Jameis. I don't want nobody to take my words out of context because I don't know who watching this, and I don't want nobody to get offended and feel like Bun said this about no.
No.
I don't think it's a knock on Jameis or Da. I just don't think Da, Pete Carmichael together are the coaches for Jameis, and that's no knock on either one of them. I just don't think like even when Jameis was messing up, I was saying I don't think this is the system for Jameis. Like
Mm-hmm.
Jameis needs our system is to get the ball out quick. Three,
Mm-hmm.
3, 4 seconds, the ball should be gone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Drew Brees covered up a lot of stuff. People shitted on Drew Brees for his last two couple seasons in New Orleans, but he covered up a lot of shit by
Man.
knowing what he knew and
Yeah.
knowing. I mean, he would come to the line and change the plays on Sean because he knew what to do. He knew what to do with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he couldn't launch the ball 40, 50 yards anymore, but he gonna get the ball to the receivers.
Yeah. And
So
that's what won us games, man. And I think
right,
that's what Jameis has to realize. I know they're showing him film of Drew. I know they're showing him, and Drew, even when he was there, he was still mentoring Jameis and all the other guys, I'm sure, on just being precise, man, like being calculated and being efficient. And that was one of the things that I said when Drew left. I said, yeah, we hated him for the past 2 years because of how he restricted us. But I'm telling you, the football, acumen is going to be
we
missed.
would we would take that any day of the week now.
Yeah, exactly.
Any day of the week.
Especially as constructed. Yeah,
Right.
I definitely would. So I don't know, man. The injuries got to it's just got to get better. Obviously, Andrews Pete had his annual injury, so hopefully he can be back next year.
No, he
Um,
ain't. No, he's not out for the year, is he?
oh no, I mean not next year, next week. I'm tripping.
No, okay. I'm about to say, hold up, you about to
Yeah,
drop some news on me.
yeah. I was about to say, nah, he only
Right.
had a concussion anyway. But I mean, with the way the whole concussion
Yeah,
situation
I was
went,
about to say, hey, take it easy.
yeah.
Right.
But just so for those who don't know, Jameis got to come back next year. We gave him 2 years, 28 mil, man,
Yep.
21 mil guaranteed.
Yep.
So
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna be our quarterback next year.
yeah,
Like whether you like it or not.
yeah. So might as well just pray for his health. That's
Right.
all.
Right.
Yeah, for real.
Right.
Well, I want to move on to the state of the NFC South because we've been, a little down at the beginning of the pod, but there's cause for optimism. Okay, we 1-3. I understand that, but the division leaders are 2-2.
Right.
And the state of the whole NFC, I don't know if you knew this, there are 15 NFL teams that are 2-2 right now. 15.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane to me. How many teams are 2-2? I think defense is making a comeback in the league strong because the defenses have been balling it out for sure. Not the Lions defense. But I wanted to know, you know, just in terms of the other three characters in the division. Obviously, we know we have to watch out for the Bucks. We get that. It's Brady, whatever. But are there threats in Carolina, or is there a threat in Atlanta where you feel like they can potentially, make a run at either a wild card spot or even damn near winning the division?
I don't think I don't think neither one of those teams can win the division, but I think they can beat us next time we play. Like
Yeah.
Carolina's already beat us, Tampa Bay already beat us, Atlanta should have beat us, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So I think there's and Atlanta is a quarterback away. I the rivalry will be back
Oh,
once they get their quarterback. The
oh yeah.
rivalry will be back full strength,
Mm-hmm.
especially with Arthur Smith. With Arthur Smith calling plays, man, he does a great job. I mean, he does. He hasn't got Kyle Pitts the ball like talking about it, but just give it time. Just give it time with them. And I hate to give people props, especially our rival, but man,
Yeah.
yeah, it's I still think we can put it together. We have a very hard schedule this year, you know, but
bro.
I mean, we got to get it. Sunday's gonna tell me everything I need to know. If we don't
Mhm.
win Sunday, if like I said on Twitter, if Geno Smith comes here and play like Steve McNair, I, I give up. You know, it's go Pelicans or some shit.
Yeah, look, we're gonna be worried about Saturdays and not Sundays,
Right,
my boy.
right,
I'm
right,
telling you,
right,
because
right.
I and look,
But it all starts with Sunday though. It all starts with Sunday, right? Like we have to beat the Seahawks. Once we beat the Seahawks, just take it one game at a time. And I mean, I think we have enough veteran leadership in the locker room to keep the guys going. And you know, we can get because up until last year, I think we had a streak of like 3 seasons in a row. We won at least 9 games in a row. You know,
mhm,
so yeah.
starts now. Yeah, it starts now, and I think the biggest thing, and we'll get into the predictions for the game a little bit, is the pass rush this week. I think the pass rush has got to get there. And I think Seattle's line is better than people give it credit for. I think
Hmm.
they actually made upgrades when Russell Wilson left. So,
Right, right.
yeah, take that as you will. But I I just want to see them control a game, man. That's all I want to see them do. Like, and I think there are multiple points last year, even in the Bucks game before Jameis got hurt. I feel like personally, we had control of the game. And even after he got hurt with T Dot, we had control of the football game.
Yeah,
So,
that's what kept us in games was the defense.
mhm,
Because even when I was hollering about T Dot, hell, they didn't get started. They didn't win a game. First of all, let me tell you, like they didn't
yeah,
win a game when Alvin didn't play. They didn't play a single. That's why I tell people all the time that people don't give T Dot enough credit because Dot didn't. He never had Alvin, man. Alvin didn't play one game with him.
mhm,
You
yeah,
know, but you know, it is what it is, man. Like you said, man, the line has to do their job. The line has to do their job. You
mhm,
know, and I think they had what like 4 sacks last week, three
yeah,
sacks,
mhm,
3 or 4 sacks last week, man. They have to keep bringing it, man. They have to keep because once we have that pressure from just being able just to pressure 7-4, then everything else open up for us
mhm.
on defense.
And we have a good secondary. I know that we lost Marcus in the offseason. Obviously
Right,
that was huge.
right,
But
and we lost CD.
yeah, we lost you too.
It's
Um,
as time goes on, a lot of people made a joke when CD left. You know, man, I don't want to seem like I'm taking shots at nobody, man, or nothing like that. But like, it really wasn't funny that he left because he was like, you can only give up so many parts and pieces
mhm.
before shit started to look different. Like for real,
Different.
for real.
Yeah.
Like we lost Marcus, we lost who did we lose? Who? Malcolm Jenkins. We lost CD. You know, that's our defense. That's our secondary. That's the back end. You
Mhm.
know, and losing, and you know, we never had a chance to get Marcus back. Like Marcus
Nah,
was
that was
gone.
over with.
Yeah, yeah, that was over with. But losing him and CD, man, it was a. I think it's a big deal. It's starting to show itself.
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, and that's why I think a lot of us are so been getting for the last 3, 4 years or whatever.
Right.
Um, and it's not that. A lot of the guys are not there anymore. A lot of the coaches are not there anymore. So it's gonna have to take a transitional team, from the staff, from the players, from the head office. It's gonna take everybody
Yeah.
in order to get the culture back at least to an area where we can, sustain winning football. That's really
Right.
what it's about.
Right.
It don't got to be the same as when Drew was here, when Sean was
No.
here,
No.
when whatever. Like it's just got to sustain winning football. That's it.
Right.
So
Right, and we got to stop having so many penalties, man. We got to stop shooting ourselves in the foot. Alvin said today, I think he was saying like he don't feel like nobody beat us, and they've only beat themselves. And I agree with him 85, 90%.
mhm.
You know, because those referees put their purple and gold on last Sunday. Like
Man.
Yeah, that was wild. It was wild to see in real time.
They
Like,
hate us.
are you seriously gonna call that? Are you seriously gonna call that?
They
Like,
hate us.
even on the Marshawn pass interference, it was like, okay, let's say hypothetically Marshawn did pass interference. You didn't see him grab Marshawn's face mask,
Nope.
of course. So let's
Nope. Conveniently.
right.
Conveniently.
The
And
the same pass interference you just saw, you didn't see the face match because you were looking right at him.
mm-hmm. Yep. And I'm telling you, I said I'm a soccer watcher, so I said the Premier League that they have over there in soccer, they
Mhm.
refs is just as bad or worse than that officiating. So it had to be from their league.
And that's crazy. Like, the NFL is a billion-dollar league, multi-billion-dollar league.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest league in American sports, if I'm not mistaken. It's,
Mm-hmm.
it's it should be bigger than the NBA. I don't know if it is or not.
Oh yeah,
But
it's way
but
bigger
I
than the
could be wrong.
NBA. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why can't they get that correct? Like, whatever you have to do, you have to get the call correct. It's too much money involved with gambling because, see, you're gonna make me start thinking shit rigged, which I already 65% I already think,
I'm all the way there.
what I'm saying? So, like, why not get the people in place that can make the right calls? Like, it just it can't, it's too much involved for human error to be a part of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
I agree.
and that's just the way I feel about it. Like, you just can't have that.
Yeah. And again, they took out the ability to review pass interference just
Which
on that specific
which
call.
which I'm glad that they did.
Yeah,
I'm glad
no,
that
it
it,
is.
yeah, because, like, it was just wasting time, man.
Yeah. And you got every coach in a mama, like every single play is like, well, this could
Yeah,
be PI. It's similar to
yeah.
holding. You can
It's
call hold every
you
play.
caught hold of every play, every single play,
hmm Yeah.
every
So
single play.
I don't know. I agree. I think they make way too much money for them refs to be that blind, that inconsistent, that bad, that
And why is it
conveniently.
always us, man? That's just what gets me, man. It's always us. It's always us.
I don't. Yeah, it's
I
maddening.
and I hate to sound like a crybaby because, like, that's the worst thing. Because, like, I always say, if you're gonna do all the if you're gonna do all the crime, what the baby's supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I get it.
but it's like, nah, man. They can't keep hitting us with this over and over and over and over and over. It's, whatever.
Yeah, but in the other hand, I have people who argue with me about the no call in the Rams game,
Oh
and
no,
they
I won't even talk about that.
no, I've stopped talking about it too because
Yeah.
people are like, well, it went to overtime
Mm-mm.
and da 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 da, and I'm like, we would have been first and goal on
Right.
the one
Right.
with a minute and 10 seconds left, and they had 2 timeouts left. That's all.
Right. If they didn't, this is my last time speaking on it. My last time ever speaking on it. So I'm glad it's recorded because I'll never
There
speak
we
on
go.
it again. If they didn't let us win in regulation, why would they let us win in overtime?
It
Like,
was
I,
right
I
there.
like I always ask, if they didn't let us win in regulation, what make you think we were gonna win in overtime?
Yeah, because the game was right there. It was
It's
right
right,
there
right.
again.
It was over with. It was
First and
done.
goal. And
Two
that's
times.
why I said that's my famous question to everybody when they bring it up. I said, do you think our field goal kicker would have missed a 15-yard field goal? If you do, fine. You can be stupid over there.
Right.
But don't come over here with, yeah, your field goal kicker would have missed a 15-yard field goal
Right.
to win the game.
Right.
It just would not have happened.
And
And if
and
it
that
did, I'll take it.
and that changed the course of history. It changes it. It changes everything. I think win or lose in that Super Bowl, Drew retires.
Yeah, I agree too. I agree too.
Win or lose, he retires after that. That changes everything. It changes
hmm
everything.
And I also think we would have won the game. I
Yeah,
also think we definitely would have won the game because
yeah,
Goff only needed to make like 3 or 4 plays to win the game,
right.
and he didn't do it. So
It's, man. Don't get me
yeah,
started on that game, man.
Yeah, man. Let's since we're in, the spirit of emotions, let's get a little bit of hate out. We'll play a little bit of marriage counselor. Um I went on Spaces and I told the people that one day Tom Brady is going to wake up and his entire family is going to be in Brazil and he's going to realize, "Oh shit, it's over. It's over." There have been reports of, after the hurricane came through that, they were just like, fuck it, we gonna just stay separate in separate houses, this, that, and the third. It's a lot of things going on. So I guess my first question, which has to do with the banner that's up on the ticker, is it addiction for him or is it just extreme, extreme, extreme commitment?
It's an addiction.
Yeah.
It's by far an addiction. And I've been talking about this all day with people, like all day, and I've been playing both sides of it. Like I actually enjoy this conversation more than I should. Like
Hmm.
we we've never seen nobody like Tom Brady. Like we've never seen nobody in sports be as good as Tom Brady,
Yeah.
as he is at his position. You could
Yeah.
say Michael Jordan 6 for 6. Tom Brady has 7. Tom Brady is 45 years old, and he led the league in passing and touchdowns last year.
Hmm.
Do you ask him to walk away from that? Yes or no? You know,
Yeah.
and then I'm a family man myself. I have kids. Do you take that time to spend time with your kids, or is it, hey, I got 2 more years, I got 1 more year, and then y'all can
Mhm.
have me for however long, for the rest of your life. But
Yeah.
it's it's yes, I should be home with my kids. I should be there raising my boys. You've given me this much time. We don't know, or maybe he's just tired of her, really, on the cool, and it's playing out in front of us. You know,
Yeah.
like he could be like Joe Budden said a long time ago. For every bad bitch, it's a nigga tired of fucking her. you know,
Boy,
you know.
that's a word.
So she bad. She the supermodel. 600, 700 million, and she just his baby mama, or his wife, the mother of his kids. you
Mhm.
know and
Yeah.
we can look at this from so many angles, man. And at the end of the day, I think I might say he should go home to the kids. But like I said, I've never been as great at something as he is at football.
That's true.
And he's been doing this since he's been 6, 7, 8 years old. you know
Mhm.
so he's programmed to go play football. Like
Yeah.
like that's all he knows. So everybody's speaking on him, saying, "Go home to your family. Go home to your kids." Well, hell, the kids been at home this whole time. The family, the wife, been there this whole time.
Yeah.
Maybe they should get more. Well, I'm not gonna say maybe they should, because in fact they should get more time. But like, what you want him to do? You
Yeah.
know, this what he do. See, she should have stopped him at 40 years. I see, and I said this on Twitter. I said she should have stopped him like 2, 3 rings ago.
She should
Shit.
have stopped him at the Super Bowl
But
comeback. That should have been
that
it.
that that should have been it, Roddy. That should have been it. There was
And
nothing else. I mean, there's still nothing else for him to prove. See, and that's my point. I think that's the only reason why I'm hard on him, because he's not proving nothing. You know,
mhm.
like by staying here, like he's gonna be recognizably known. He's gonna be known as the greatest quarterback ever, forever, Roddy.
Mhm.
Do you understand that?
No,
Like
he's
like
going to be the best football player ever until we're both dead and gone.
No, no, no.
Like,
He's going to be the greatest quarterback ever, forever.
yeah, I agree. I don't
Until
think it's
this,
possible.
as long as this earth is here and American
Mhm.
football is played, Tom Brady will be the greatest ever. Because I was telling my cousin, I said, if you take Eli Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, and Peyton Manning and put all their rings together, you still don't have as many as Tom Brady.
Mhm.
That's one person.
Mm-hmm.
You would never pass him. You would never, you know, like nobody would come close. Like we thought Patrick Mahomes, like okay, stat wise, you know,
Yeah.
he might get passed up. Justin Herbert might get him. Um, Patrick Mahomes might get him. You know, that can happen. But as far as those rings go,
It's not
nobody will ever,
touchable. It's not
nobody's
touchable.
touching him. So I don't know what's the point of him keep playing. And that could be it. Could be just because Adam Scheffner
Tweeted
spoiled
out
him.
his
Yeah,
retirement shit.
yeah, yeah. You know, and
That's so
he's trying to prove a point. You know,
yeah.
I wouldn't let another man dictate my family, but I'm also not Tom Brady, and that's all I keep saying. Anytime I speak on it, right? I keep saying I'm not Tom Brady.
I get it.
Anytime, and I tell people that you're not Tom Brady. We don't know what Tom Brady's going through, and I hate to defend him, but it's like we're not him. So whatever they have going on in their home, I hope they resolve it, and I wish them the best. Like because going through a divorce, like I went through that, like when I was young. I was young as hell, and I went through it. And it's like it was one of the most painful things I ever went through, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But like I don't wish that on nobody. I don't wish a divorce on nobody. And then
What?
they have kids involved, all that type of stuff. So it's like, nah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was about to say, speak to that a little bit, especially with, obviously you don't have like a high profile NFL job, of course, where you
Right,
gotta
right,
perform in front of millions of people every week, for
right.
your occupation. But how does that mental toll keep you away from, what's important or maybe priorities in your life?
If see, and that's another thing we might not be understanding. Maybe this divorce been in the works. You know,
Yeah. Hmm.
like we like she can play this on well if you retire or maybe it's because he didn't retire but maybe this been in the works, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And football might be his getaway. Nobody's even said that. Maybe football is his getaway. When I was going through my divorce, I damn near lost my job. He's going
Hmm.
to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? He's going to work. I damn near lost my job because I couldn't think. I couldn't breathe, man.
Yeah. Hmm.
The person who's the mother of your child, the person that you said you were going to do life with forever, and y'all deciding, that well, I didn't even decide it. She decided. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna fake it. You know what I'm
In a
saying?
similar situation, yeah. Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? This is it, And him having that outlet of football might be his saving grace right now. Like the thing
Yeah.
that's keeping him sane. Like, okay, we going through this divorce. This divorce is gonna happen. So let me have something to take my mind off. Let me play football. Let me go to the thing that I love, my first love.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
it looked like he's being a dickhead, but at the same time, it just might be his getaway.
Yeah, and he might be protecting himself. I totally get that. And that's why I say like both sides aren't necessarily wrong in a
No,
case.
I don't think neither side is wrong.
Yeah, and I get it. Look, I'll play Giselle's side real quick. We can start off, and I heard this on Bomani Jones's podcast today, so I want to give him credit for this. She probably in the house like, fool, I moved to Boston, Massachusetts for your stupid ass. Let's just start there. Like, I
Yep.
was a supermodel in Miami. I'm from Brazil. I could be literally anywhere else in the world, but I'm in Boston, Massachusetts, and I'm holding it down for, all of these kids. I'm, potentially, because like you said, we don't see the moments at home where, maybe Tom's memory isn't the best or like what it used to be. Maybe he can't go outside and play with the kids for as long as he used to could. It's a lot of different things that from her lens, on the outside looking in, seeing yes, this game gives you, everything you would want and more. It is your safe haven. It is what you go to when you're trying to feel joy and happiness, but it's also to the detriment of us. And that's
Yeah.
why I'm like, there's nobody that can be wrong because it's all about perspective. And that's really what relationships are in general. It's all
Right.
about perspective. And I think a lot of times we see, people in the public eye going through these type of things, where she's being too hard on him. Like it's neither,
No, right,
it can't be
right.
both. You know what I'm saying? So we got to look at that nuance. Like you said, you got to see, well, she has a bunch of valid points. He has a bunch of valid points. There may not be any more middle ground. And when there's no more middle ground,
You
that's
have to
when the
walk away.
separation comes.
You have to walk away. You have,
Yeah.
and even in the walking away, there might be room for us to reconcile.
Yeah.
You know,
Uh-huh.
like just because you got a divorce don't mean that you can't get remarried, or just because you can't separate don't mean that. Because
Can't
when
get back
me and
together.
exactly because when me and my ex-wife got separated, it took us a minute to get, you know what I'm saying, because we kept reconciling,
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
it was like, hey, we might be able to do this, like, so when he finally decided, because he's not going to play football forever, you know
No.
like next 3 or 4 years, hopefully he hasn't ruined it. But this is another conversation also. Like, we just don't know what's going on inside the home. But if he hasn't
Mhm.
ruined it too bad, he might be able to bounce back.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what we want for both of them. Like, honestly, like, you don't want to see broken homes. I don't want to see broken homes from nobody. Black, white, it don't matter. Don't, like, if y'all gonna be together, man. Work it out,
Mhm.
man. Times get hard, man. Times get very hard, man.
Yeah.
It get very hard. So if you can work it out, work it out.
Yeah, because it's for, and I mean, to end it with this, ultimately it is for y'all, but it's more for the kids, man. It is definitely more for the kids.
Yeah.
If you're going to reconcile and be going forward
How old are the
amicably.
kids? Do you know? I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
I'll have to look it up. I don't think he has one older that's I don't think he has anyone older than 15. I know the first kid he had with the girl that wasn't Giselle,
Hmm.
he's getting up there. Let me see if I can
Do you play
uh
sports or anything?
I think the kid's tall. So
Ah,
he's got one that's 15. He was born in '07.
okay.
Jesus Christ, '07. I remember '07. Um,
I remember '07 too.
12. He's got one 12, and then the little girl is 9.
Okay.
So, you know,
Oh, so
uh,
he only has 3 kids,
yeah, he's got the one
and
from the other one, and then
yeah,
two from
yeah.
Giselle.
So 12 and 9,
Hmm.
and the 12-year old is going to be coming into a teen. Oh man, come on, Giselle, come on, man.
Look, one's about to hit puberty.
Right.
The other one, so I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but
Do we have custody of all his kids or no?
I think the
The older,
oldest
the
be with the
15.
mom, yeah,
Okay,
for the most
okay,
part,
okay. I,
and
I
then
was
the younger
I was
two.
just trying to see, look, because that was gonna play into, what I'm saying. Like, if she's taking care of his oldest child too, that's
Hmm.
not hers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she could. That's gonna play in it. Well, I'm
Uh,
sure that he's around. I'm sure
right.
he's around a lot and in the fold a lot. And I see a picture of them when they won the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. They all hugged up. So I'm assuming the relationship is to a point where at least she sees him and
Yeah.
takes care of him for a little bit and
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So
As she should.
yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's your
Well,
child too.
we got our little marriage counseling out for y'all. That is free advice. Send our check in the mail, please. But we're gonna end the show with a Louisiana football talk. I will be in attendance for LSU Tennessee. I know you see the background. Don't let it fool you. I'm just doing a little bit of scouting, okay? Just a little bit of scouting. Tennessee scares me a little bit, especially with what I've been seeing with Georgia. So we'll talk about that another day. But we'll start with the Tigers. Obviously, tough game against Tennessee this week. Um, from your perspective of just how they've looked this year and, some of how Tennessee's looked this year, what's your optimism level, for Saturday? And, obviously early kickoff start. I heard they're going to be
At 11
selling
o'clock.
beer at 9 o'clock in the morning in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Don't think that's a great idea, but it's going to happen.
They
So
serve beer all the time. What time they serve beer at the? Like we started like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
yeah, I know. My cousin told me you're going to start drinking at 7 o'clock. And I said,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. I mean, look, for the early games for Georgia, they will start drinking at like 7:45.
That's what I'm talking about, man. The early drinking day, man. We always drinking early here.
But like, damn, it's the 11 o'clock start on the Central too. I don't know. To me, that just hit a little different.
It's 11, but see, your body gonna think it's 12. But second of all, I don't understand why that game is not a nighttime game for the life of me, or at least a prime time game. Like it should be like prime time game.
You know why? Because Saban and Jimbo was talking shit to each other. That's the only reason why. Before the season, because that game's the 8 o'clock game.
Okay.
Yeah, that game's the 8 o'clock game, which that's gonna be oof. I'm gonna be back at some type of venue to watch that.
It's gonna be a blowout, man.
Oh, I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see how petty that your boy Nicholas gets against Jimbo, because I know he's gonna run up the score. I know he's gonna run up the score.
I think he's gonna try to put at least 70 on.
Yeah, at least. And it's in Tuscaloosa, man. No, no bueno. No bueno.
It's what's called playing?
Bryce. I haven't heard about Bryce. Let me see if I can look up his status. But
we're supposed to be talking about Tigers and Vols, but I just be running my mouth, man.
Man, look, hold on. Let's see. He's quote doing some things in practice. Don't know what the fuck that means. But that's what coach said. He's doing some things in practice.
What's that backup name? That motherfucker was running like a goddamn gazelle out in that bitch.
Jalen Milroe.
He took off. I said, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, and look, Bama knows how to play like that too. I mean, they've had Blake Sims, they had Jalen. They know how to play that style of offense. Bill O'Brien had the nasty man. Yeah, so he know how to, with a mobile quarterback. But yeah, that's a blowout, bro.
Back to the Tigers and Vols. Man, I don't, I think my homie Vaughn had hit me up. He was telling me that Tennessee's supposed to be without their number one receiver and supposedly their number one cornerback. I don't know, and I tweeted this on Twitter. I said, I don't know what Jalen Daniel does, but just let him do it, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let him be him. Like we can nitpick at what he does. I mean, I feel like he should get Kayshawn the ball more. I feel like it's other people he should trust his receivers. You know what I'm saying? And they say he called a players only meeting this week, and they talked about that. So hopefully he starts to trust his receivers. If he trusts his receivers, I don't worry about the Tigers defense, man. We starting to look like our old self again, man. We starting to look like our old self. Matt House got them boys ready, So I don't know how great they're going to be this year, but give us another year.
Bro.
It's gonna be real scary hours around here.
Look, I agree. My thing with Brian Kelly always was, you never judge a new coach off of their first year. You just don't do it. Yeah. I mean, we saw Kirby Smart in his first year. I think we were 5-3, and we went at home against Auburn, who was the 9th team in the country, and we beat them. So there's always going to be the signs of what's to come in the future. And I think, especially with you guys only losing one game and it being by one fucking point on some BS.
And we should have won.
Yeah, exactly. On some BS. I think this is a great place for y'all to be, especially going into this game.
Right.
Like you said, defensively, I have no concerns. I actually think this is probably going to be the best defense that Tennessee has faced all year. Obviously, Florida's defense was, it was pretty good, but I think y'all's defense is potentially best in the SEC West. I'm not going to say it is yet because Alabama, I have to respect them, but y'all defense definitely worries me if I'm in the SEC West.
Right.
It's just going to be the quarterback, man. Like you said, it's going to be, can y'all get the ball downfield? Because I'm telling you right now, Tennessee's DBs are barbecue chicken. Even if the kid, what's the name? I think his name is Warren Burrell.
Is he out?
Coach Heupel says he's doing that vague talk. It's a long time away from game time. He's day to day. Tillman though, Secretary Tillman, I don't think he's gonna play.
Okay.
Yeah, he's looking like it's more of a long way back for him than anything else. But Hyatt is a good second option. So they're kind of the same body type, pause, but
right.
Tennessee is really equipped to score a lot of points. So it'll be interesting to see when they're met with real resistance what they're going to do, because I don't know if they can, continuously, keep the scoring, like it was. I just don't know.
Right. So it tripped me out when I found out Josh Heupel was their coach, man. I was like, man, I fucking remember watching Josh Heupel play when I was a kid, man.
Yeah, and
at OU.
And Bob Stoops still owed Josh Heupel money because he's the whole reason for his existence. You come in and win a national championship with the kid your first year, and you don't do diddly poo for the rest of your 20 damn year tenure at Oklahoma. So,
and they ass now.
Hey, look, Cliff, that was your fault. And you tweeted about how we ain't beat Kent State like y'all did. Cliff, that's your fault. You asked for this.
Yes.
You asked for this.
Shout out Cliff. I want Cliff to know his team is ass. ASS ass.
Shout out Cliff, man. That's my guy. But I want to close it, obviously, on the team we came here to talk about, the Saints. We were talking a little bit earlier about it. I think, like we said, defensive line is going to be important. And then, again, Seattle's DBs are barbecue chicken, man. Can we just please get something in the passing game? Can we have a please, can we have a healthy Alvin? Right. And can we just dominate? Like, that's all I want to see us do, man. I just want to see us dominate. So what's your prediction for this game?
Right. I don't care if we win this game 2-0. I want a win.
That's it, man.
Now look, I might have smiled a couple times throughout this interview. That shit wasn't real, right? These were all fake smiles. Everything I've been doing, laughing, all that shit was fake. I haven't been happy since September the 17th. That's the day before the Bucks game. I haven't been happy since, Roddy.
Yeah. I haven't been happy since I walked out the Maybach, like laughing at all the Falcons fans. And after that, it's just like,
that's man. What y'all call it?
Yeah, well, that's what I call it, the Maybach, because it's fucking big and it's got the Mercedes logo on it. So
right.
That's what I call it.
Okay, yeah. I haven't been happy since. I haven't been happy. No, I was happy throughout that whole week when we beat the Falcons.
Yeah.
But ever since the day before that game, I haven't been happy, Roddy. So I just want to be happy.
I want to be happy too, man. I feel like
2-0, I'll take it. I don't care what the score. I don't care what the score is. I don't have no expectations. I just want to win.
Yeah, 13-10.
Yeah,
whatever it is. And I think
6-9. I don't care.
Fuck. And especially because I'm gonna be in attendance of the game. We better fucking win because I'm not paying them ticket prices for no damn Rudy Poo shit.
Right. The price haven't gone down yet.
Oh no, they're not too bad. I mean, I personally like sitting up higher during football games.
Me too. And I've said all over the dome, but my favorite time was in the 600 section. I don't care what nobody say, like, whatever. I can see the whole field, and it's just a better atmosphere. But I will say down low they have that crocodile links. Pause.
Oh yeah, they do.
Hey, the crocodile links. Hey,
Yeah, not too bad. I only sat down there one time, and I was like, okay, I can see why, you know,
but alligator links. Pause.
I can see why
Yep.
people get into this. But
Yeah.
I mean, look, the 600 section, man, that's where you.
It goes hard up there. I tell people that all the time. They don't. I've sat in the 600 section twice. I've sat everywhere else. I think I've been to like 10 Saints games, maybe more, a little bit more than that. But my favorite time was up high though.
Yeah, you can see the play develop. You can see the replay damn near like it's on a damn screen. Like it's everything. Like so, it's the whole experience. So yeah, I'm gonna get up there in the 600 section. I'm gonna find me a nice little spot where I can, you know,
see everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's all it's all about, man.
And it's the best. It's the best NFL experience. It is.
Hey,
A Saints game.
I try to tell people that I haven't been to Arrowhead.
Is this your first game in the dome or no?
Oh no, man! This
is
like number 5 or 6, I think.
Okay. I was just trying to make sure it was your first. The dome is the best place in the world.
Oh yeah, bro! I'm telling you, I think my first time was 2014 against the Falcons. I think it was, but I was there for the Julio Copter game on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I was there 2 years ago. What did we do 2 years? I think that might have been a Julio Copter game. I don't know.
No, I don't think that was 2 years ago. That was the Copter game was what?
Yeah, I can't.
My bad.
No, you're good. I can't even remember what.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been to hella. So I'm excited. I'm excited to experience Tiger Stadium. I've never experienced 100,000 people in one stadium, so that's about to be fucking.
It's sold out.
Yeah, that's about to be insane. And like I said, they're gonna be.
I was talking to my daughter. I don't even think she's going to the game. You know, look. Let me tell you what my daughter does, man. She buys season tickets, or I pay for them. She goes for a quarter, take a picture to let people know that she was there,
and dips,
and go to the bar.
Yeah, and I mean, look,
I tell her all the time, I wish my son was the oldest because he would, you know what I'm saying? He would appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, once it's time for him to go do it, you got to be like, look, man. If I'm buying these tickets, you're going to at least till halftime. Like I know the band is
watch the whole game. It's football.
Look, with girls, you can only ask for halftime, man. You know that. With girls, they be so
shit.
Like,
first quarter, shit.
Yeah, they be. I'm not worried about people being barbaric, and I get it. I understand. Bar be calling. I understand. But I want to thank our guy Bun. We appreciate you for popping up with us. Please let the people know where they can find you, everything you got going on, everything like that.
Man, follow me on Twitter at BayouBun. Follow me on Instagram at Bayou_Bun. And I got something special cooking up for us.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe of the Sonic musical, you know, taste.
We're gonna see.
Okay. All right. Look, Bun is gonna shoot a music video. Okay. I'm just telling y'all that now. I don't care if the New Orleans football budget got to pay for it, if the Players Ball podcast budget got to pay for it. We are going to get Bun a music video, and y'all better not let the Saints win another Super Bowl in either of our lifetimes.
Oh man.
We fly into like we doing a big video.
Hey, let the Saints go to the Super Bowl. I'll be right there for it.
Yeah, y'all lucky y'all didn't get the chance on the no call year. We could have had it in Atlanta because I'm telling y'all we're
in 2000 and you know what? I think that's part of the reason why they didn't let us in there.
Yeah, it would have been murder.
I was about to say I think it was a safety issue for the Saints getting in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I can only imagine like what Linux would have looked like. I mean, Linux on regular Falcons versus Saints game days looks insane. So I could only imagine
a Super
whole
Bowl
city down there for the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl for the Super Bowl would have been stupid. No, and just think the whole week. They would have to deal with us for a whole week.
Well, isn't the Super Bowl technically like 2 weeks after the NFC Championship game?
Oh, so 2 weeks? Oh.
Y'all dodged a bullet, Atlanta. Y'all would have got a lot of revenue from us, though. We would have ate. They would have ate and smoked and drank and did whatever. But
and with so many people being in Atlanta after Katrina, I don't see why that wasn't even just the thought process. Like, man, they could have did so much, man.
yeah, people had their tickets booked for months, man. Like people had our when we won the second round playoff game, people had their tickets booked. So I could only imagine, man. But yeah, follow us.
But yeah, man. Thank you for having me on here again, man.
Oh, for sure, man. You will always be welcome on this podcast. It's always a pleasure to have you on, my boy. You bring the interesting perspective, and you always bring, the real Saints talk, not just the I'm a fan, I'm about to complain about every single situation. When Andy mess up, you tweet like, "Oh, y'all was asking for Andy, now he did fucked up 2 times in a game, so now now?" Like, nah, you're not one of them fans.
No. All I can do is root for who in the black and gold, man.
That's all we can do, my boy. That's all we can do. But please follow us at the Players Ball 1 on Twitter, at the Players Ball Podcast on Instagram. We're definitely going to have more content for y'all. No more bye weeks. We just had to, come to terms with what we were watching. All right. But we got paid for play with Sosa and the guys on Saturday. Like I said, I'm going to be live from Tiger Stadium, so hopefully my connection works. I might have got an on-field pass too, so y'all will be looking out for that. I done try to work my magic in there, so you know what I'm saying. We're doing big things over here, all right. But until next week, man, we'll catch y'all later. Peace.